Welcome to another episode with Loans Elevated. My name is Broch TJ, top 1% loan officer nationwide.
And I'm TJ Heidenreich. Together we bring the latest news, strategies, and insights in the mortgage and real estate industry. All right, we're back with another episode. This week we're going to be talking about goal setting. We just had a phenomenal event hosted by Renee Rodriguez where we learned a lot about goals. Broch and I spent a lot of time on goal setting in the past. I mean, Broch, you've got a full company kind of built along the lines of goal setting.
Yep.
Tell us a little bit about Fly Life, your journey with goal setting, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, cool. TJ and I are super inspired right now. It's a common theme for this time of year. And as him and I were going through the goal setting, and we've been through a couple of these events, and we're finding things that are beneficial and enable us to execute on our goals. And we do this every year. Well, several years ago, me and a partner, Chris Bowen, he's actually an industry guy. We created the company Fly Life. And as TJ and I this year, we're talking about how do we create a format of goal setting for our next team event, our quarterly event. And I got to thinking like, well, all this stuff that I hear about and learn on goal setting is really powerful, but I think my version is the most powerful with the company that I've created. And unfortunately, it has stalled. COVID kind of started the stall, and then life has gotten in the way. But the company is called Fly Life. Hopefully, those of you listening, maybe some of my friends have heard of it. Fly Life is FLI, stands for Fulfillment, Liberation, Intention. And as him and I brainstormed, we thought there's really not a better way of goal setting than what we've crafted through Fly Life. And there's a lot more to it, but what we want to be able to share with you today is the sequence and process of goal setting that we've been able to gather from all these people we've learned from and really distill that down into the most effective, simplified process is basically what it is. So, I mean, we could dive in. I don't know if you have anything else to say.
Let's dive in. Let's do it.
So the simple part of it is, this is my belief, and I've been able to, TJ's been in my life for a real long time. Mm-hmm. I think just by virtue of him being in my life, I've been able to instill these things in his life, and sure. He is a super motivated guy, but he's been able to accomplish goals that most 40-year-olds can't say they've accomplished, and he's in his, what are you, 22?
24.
24. He's in his mid-20s. And I'm not taking credit for that, but I think he's been surrounded by these processes, and hopefully we can share that with you guys and bring some value to you and help you accomplish the goals you set out to accomplish. So I believe goal setting, the most impactful, important piece is diving into the emotional desire or the emotional pain of whatever it is you want to accomplish, and everything has to tie down to those emotions.
It's finding your why, but a step deeper.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, because that's the hard thing with goal setting, and it's all such a cliche and talked about.
Right.
Like,
there's a lot of fluff.
There's a lot of fluff, and people are like, oh, yeah, the why. Mm-hmm. You know, they talk about that, but I think there's some significance to it if you take it serious. Right. So the Fly Life method, which is why we decided in this episode to bring up Fly Life. It was originally a goal setting episode, and then we're like, why are we not talking about Fly Life? So what it looks like is for the goals, you have life elements. These life elements are things, and you can go to our website. It's fly.life or www.theflylife.com, either one. But you can see what the life elements that we determine are. But these life elements are things.
Name them. Do you know them off the top of your head?
I don't know all of them in the exact order.
Okay.
But some of these are things like self, finances,
career,
love life, career, family, spirituality.
Cool.
Those are some examples. So these are your essential life elements is what we call them at Fly Life. So you identify those essential life elements. And from those essential life elements, you write a vision of the picture perfect life with that element in mind. So for example, let's just select one like career. So you write a vision and it could be for this year, it could be for the next decade, whatever it is. You write a vision like, what is the picture perfect result in career? And from that, you then move another step further. So that's fulfillment. What is the most fulfilling vision you can possibly craft in your mind? Get it on paper. What's the most fulfilling vision for each life element? Then you move into liberation. which is so the emotional pain really is what liberation is. What do you need to liberate yourself from? Are there limiting beliefs? Are there people in your life? Are there things you're just royally frustrated by that need to be eliminated? So you've got exactly what would fulfill you, exactly what must be freed from your life or you must liberate from to capture that vision of fulfillment. And then the I stands for intention. You set a clear intention with weekly or monthly or daily habits that you're creating that will serve the elimination of the things you need to liberate from and the accomplishment of the vision of fulfillment that you set. And these are very intentional, should be practiced and scheduled so that you actually get this stuff done. And the other part of intention is finding an accountability partner. That's what I view as the most important pieces. That's a fast explanation of it, but do you have anything else to add? And what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, it's something that I've actually taken into my marriage because of you. There's a legit a weekend that my wife and I spend where we focus on, deep dive into this, where we look at every aspect and hours on end, learn things about my spouse that I didn't know, and vice versa, and we're able to keep each other accountable. And we're living life intentionally now because of
100%.
that.
And that's called the alignment retreat, by the way. And you go through, if you did this process with every essential life element, go through the vision and then go through the liberation, what you need to free yourself from. It could be people, could be frustrations, could be habits, whatever it is. And then you set the clear intention. But read out loud to your accountability partner. Right. I encourage a spouse, if you have one, read out loud to them what that vision looks like. Like, imagine if you wrote the picture perfect vision.
It's like reverse engineering, kind of.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Right. But then you get deep emotion. Like, if you read aloud to your spouse, this is my vision of our marriage and our life together. You're probably going to say things they may have never heard, or there may be assumptions that are different, and it will create alignment. That's why we call this the alignment retreat. It's something that we'd be happy to share with you, kind of the agenda for that as well. Just hit us up. But I'm so glad you brought that up, because from an accountability partner perspective, it's wildly powerful.
Yeah, for sure. And it's something I look forward to every single year, because it just realigns both of us where we need to be. Yep,
it's huge. And it forces you to, when you have that partner and they read, hopefully this is very heartfelt, both the fulfillment or vision piece and the liberation or elimination piece, things that you need to liberate from. Hopefully these are heartfelt, because if they're not heartfelt, that's what, like I said in the beginning, you have to draw the emotion, the positive emotion of feeling that vision of perfection in that element of life. Like, what would it feel like to be perfect? And then the painful part. What do you really have? What hard decisions do you have to make? What do you have to let go of? Who do you have to, get yourself away from? And if you get an accountability partner that is able to see that emotionally charged breakdown of the goal, and then they see what your intentions are, they are going to be more motivated to hold you accountable. Not just say, yes, I'll hold you accountable, but they're going to understand the meaning behind these goals and what you're looking to accomplish. So anyway, anything else?
One thing I want to add that I learned from you, a vision board.
Yeah.
It's something that you can look at every single day. I took a picture of Brock's when I was over at his house. I was dog sitting. I was like, wow, that's what started me on this process. When I was a young buck dog sitting for him while he's on vacation, I took a picture of Brock's vision board. I'm like, Kira, we need to create one of these because I want to live life intentionally like this. Now, it doesn't have to, it wasn't just like the cool cars and that type of stuff. It's down to the basics of the way I want to live life. And now I always have a vision board hanging in my bathroom, and it's a reminder every single day of why I'm doing the things I'm doing, and to keep me on that straight and narrow. Yeah, and we'd be happy to share the process of this too, because they're really cool. We get them printed and on high quality glossy artwork, and we do this like once every year or two, depends on how quick we accomplish the goals. But like TJ said, there are some things in there that are highly, and a lot of this stuff you'll mine a lot of this motivation and a lot of this significance out of the process of even following this fulfillment, liberation, intention, goal setting process. But a lot of this stuff is very value oriented. So I have quotes that are on the wall, and perhaps when TJ reads them, he doesn't understand what they mean to me.
but I understand what they mean to me. And that's because I've gone through this process, the Fly Life process, and it's a much deeper process. I hope to be launching more of this to you guys as we make more progress on that company, because it's super powerful. But the most important thing is there's some motivational stuff, but there's also some value-driven, like these things are significant to me differently than they might be significant to TJ reading them or something. And that's the power of the vision board, in my opinion, is seeing these things that are a constant reminder of the goals you've set. And there's emotional charge that is tied to all these things. And if you can get all of that in your life frequently, like one other thing, after we go through this goal setting, the fulfillment, liberation, intention thing, where you write the vision, you figure out what you need to liberate from, and then you have the intention, which are the habits that you're set to accomplish. Like me and my wife, we review this on a consistent basis. We read these to each other. We hold each other accountable, like date night. This is stuff we're talking about probably on a weekly basis. Now, it's not always an organized agenda format, but we're constantly talking about this stuff. So like the vision board, the date nights, the goals printed where you can view them, like mine are on my nightstand. You can view the goals at any given moment. Having that stuff in your face all the time is going to keep you on the straight and narrow.
Agreed.
And remind you why you're doing the things you're doing. And you and I have even been, we talked about this before we started, how distracting life can get and how you can lose sight of what you're doing. And for us, you and I are workhorses like crazy. What it tends to be for us is overworking and overcommitting our time, which is a sacrifice of ourself. Like, I think you and I are pretty similar. Our biggest lacking life element is self.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Letting everything else get the best of me and leaving nothing else for the rest of me.
Yep, 100%. It's crazy. But anyway, hope this is valuable. Please hit us up if you want more clarification on any of these things we mentioned. It's something that we are highly passionate about.
And just to add, when is this going to be going live? Probably next week. Let's see here.
Probably.
Okay, this might be the last one of the year, probably.
Yes,
so,
probably.
Thank you guys for making this a great year. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And if there's anything you want us to route for beginning of next year, hit us up on all platforms at Loans Elevated. You can DM us, and we'd love to share whatever you guys want to see.
Yep, we appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much.
Thanks. Thank you for tuning in. For more industry insights, follow us on all platforms at Loans Elevated.
And to get in touch with our team, call or text 801-713-4000 or visit loanselevated.com.